Good morning, friends. Today I explain the concept of gross domestic product, which is very important concept in macroeconomics, mainly in measuring national income. A country's economic performance will measure based on that country's GDP growth rate. If any that country's GDP growth rate increased, we can measure that country's economic performance is very well. If GDP rate is very low, we can consider that country's economic performance is very low. So therefore, the gross domestic product concept is very important in measuring national income and economic performance. And what is the gross domestic product? The total value of final goods and services produced within the geographical boundaries of a country during a specific period. In the gross domestic product, consider the total value of final goods and services, not intermediate goods and services. These final goods and services produced within the geographical boundaries of a country, for example, within India, and during a specific period, for example, in 1 year. So, the total value of final goods and services produced within in India, particular in a 1 year time period, we can call as a gross domestic product. We can understand where production take place. That is the matter in the GDP, not who produced. That is not matter. Only where production take place. In India, within the boundary of the India, production takes place. That is the matter, not who produced of the goods and services, not matter. I hope you understood. We can see here examples are there. For example, one example, see, you can see a Japanese company producing cars in India included in India's GDP, not in Japanese GDP, because Japanese company producing cars in India within India. Therefore, that value that value producing that car values considered in the Indian GDP, not in Japanese GDP. And other example we can see an Indian company producing software in the USA. These producing an Indian company is there, an Indian company producing software in the USA. This production not included in India's GDP because Indian company is in the USA. Okay, in USA, it produced the software in the USA, the border of the USA only. Therefore, that production not included in the Indian GDP. Only we can consider in the USA GDP. This is the understanding of the gross domestic product concept. I hope you understood, and thank you for watching. I will come another concept in the next video. Thank you very much.